how did you get into making music, or music in general, or however you want to interpret that question?
Yeah, so I mean, I think that I think I've always kind of been drawn to music. I guess, I was never really I wasn't really the kid who grew up with like I didn't grow up, with like musical theory or anything like that. No, like none of my family was like into music or anything like that. But my family listened to a lot of music, and we were like musically inspired, mainly by like the entire like '80s era. So I would say that I draw a lot of my inspiration from that, and which kind of got me into music. And going through the hard times of my life, I seem to attach myself to you know, a certain band or certain songs, through that period of time. You're gonna have to excuse my dog's kind of like whining at me. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I think you know, I was inspired by music growing up, and mainly inspired by, I guess we'll call it retro music, a lot of dance music, EDM and stuff like that. Depeche Mode, those types of things. And then as I, dealt with hardships in my life, I started to attach myself to each time. And then, once I got to, like my teenage years, I was going through, I think, I was going through a really hard time. And I, um, I ended up like really turning to music and actually started to create. And, the best way for me to do that was, be like, hey, hey, I'm a vocalist, can I join your band type deal? So I was in a lot of bands, and in high school, like, my junior, senior year. And then I think, once I moved out of my house, I ended up kind of getting into the rave scene, and ended up becoming a DJ. So I think this is like 2000, oh, 1998, 2000, 2001. And I was pretty much, and then I was basically started spinning jungle music or D&B for those like years, and kind of like really into the rave scene. And kind of always wanted to go that route of being the producer, to be able to spin my own tracks and be like, yeah, I'm a DJ, but I'm actually a producer type deal. And then I think that was kind of always the plan. However, it didn't quite work out that way. I ended up joining like a couple of different bands, or different projects here and there, until I actually, in 2000, and I think it was like 2005, where I was like, no, I'm Mrs. Brisby. Like that's, I'm going solo, and kind of done with trying to make things work with other people, and stuff like that. Because not that I couldn't work with other people, it tended to be a little bit difficult. And then I felt like I was wasting time, in a way.